And so here we are yet again with All Things Employment on OneTalkNetwork.com, and I am your host, Aaron Boyce, with
Robin Rose-Haymer.
And our guest
is a fabulously wonderful person, and she is
Elena Quintero.
Fantastic. And in fact, she brought somebody to it. I sure would love, you guys heard me mention that I had somebody so wonderful, and we were bonding. She's a cute, wonderful little girl. I sure would like to know her name. Can you please share with me your name, please? And you can speak right to the mic.
What's your name? What's your name?
What's your name?
Do you have a name? You don't know? She's giving us the I don't know.
And she's saying...
Roxy.
She knows. Okay, fine. So, Roxy, and Roxy, can you tell us how old you are? Are you 2? No, you're not 2. Are you 3? Okay, 4. Huh? What was that?
Yeah.
What?
That looks like a yes. Can you say yes? Can you say, yes, I'm 4 years old, and my name's Roxy? Can you say that?
I'm sure she could say it if she had candy.
Clearly she has the personality made for TV, though.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because those dimples are so precious.
Okay. But radio is not her forte at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't translate well to radio, but those dimples are going to be great on YouTube.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, at the urging of you, Robin.
Who, me?
You. Because I was all set not to do the thing about it, but you said, no, we need to do the thing about it. The people need to think about it.
We do need to have people think about it, but before you think about it, I would like to tell people what they missed in case they wanted to go back.
Got it.
So, wrapping up the first hour, we started with the quote by Mark Twain. The 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. And then Aaron talked to employers about 6 tactics to retain talent. After that, we had Genevieve Lee from Sacramento Food Bank and Family Services, who gave us a plethora of information, including all of the information about their 12 food distribution sites that happen 3 days a week that are like a farmer's market, and their clothing distribution that happens 5 days a week, where you're treated like a shopper and they have work clothing. And also the senior program and all of their educational services, which include ESL, GED prep, parenting classes, classes for young people, 0 to 5, and also classes for youth, including tutoring and technology. So in order to get more information about what they've got going on at the Sacramento Food Bank and Family Services, you can go to their website, which is sacramentofoodbank.org, or you can go to our Facebook page at All Things Employment.
And did you talk about the 2 turkey days?
Oh, the turkey. Your birthday?
No. One is where you give the turkey, and the other where others receive the turkey.
Oh, the distribution day versus the drive day. Got you. So, if you are headed to the grocery store and you're picking up a turkey, get 2 and drop one off on November 21st for the turkey drive. And then, if you are in need of receiving a turkey on the 24th of November, they will have a distribution. And Genevieve says, the one day in the year where you do not have to get up and be there super early is the distribution day. You could come a few hours later and get the same thing as you would get if you showed up at 8 a.m. And those things happen at their facility at 3333 3rd Avenue in the Oak Park area.
You realize I said 2 turkey days, so if it's my birthday, then whose birthday is the other one? Robin Rose-Haymer. That's what I'm saying. Say no more.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right. I think I actually won that one. But the poor people gotta be listening to all that crunch, because the cute little girl is playing with the mic. And so therefore, if you hear the crunch, you can send your email to cute little girl at all things employment. Okay, So
that's Roxy's 2 cents.
Send it to her.
That's probably worth about 6 or 7 cents.
Okay,
So, Aaron, you have a think about it for us.
I do have a think about it, and it's all about interview etiquette. Now, I can do a whole big workshop on that, and I guess one day I will, but right now, I just want you to think about what are some of the small things that you can do to ensure a great interview with an employer. You know, everybody worries about the big things, answering the questions correctly, but it's the small things that count even more. So what are some of the don't touch that? Yes, the cute girl.
It's always nice to have a cute person in the mix.
I have some of those. They call my grandchildren.
That's true.
One day, I'm going to bring them here.
And we're excited to have them.
So, think about it. What are some of the small things that you can do to increase your chances of a great interview?
So, Aaron, about how many of these small things should we be considering? How many of them are there? Are there 5? Are there 10?
There's a bunch, but let's do 7.
7 small things that we should consider when interviewing. Interview etiquette, 7 small things. Think about it, answers coming up at the top of the 4th quadrant. And I'm excited to be able to introduce to the world Elena Quintero, District 1 Parks and Youth Liaison. Hi, Elena.
Hello.
So happy to have you here.
Very
Thank
happy
you
to
for
have you.
having me.
She says all kind of great, wonderful things about you.
Well, that's because I get to work with her a lot, and she's just as fabulous.
Okay.
Game recognized game.
Oh, good Lord.
We hang out with cool people.
That's right.
Okay.
The Cool Kids Club.
Well, okay, while we're being all cool and all cool like that,
Cool like that.
why don't you please tell us about what it is that you are doing as City Secretary, Office of Mayor Pro Tem, and the Asbury Council District 1?
Alrighty. In January of 2012, I was hired as just the Parks liaison. North of Thomas is considered District 1. The City of Sacramento is split up into 8 districts. We have 52 parks out of Sacramento's 220, and they needed somebody to be that person, that point of contact when there is issues, to work with the appropriate departments, but also to create volunteer programs. And I was hired specifically because of my connection to the community. I've volunteered a lot. I helped start new programs, Little League in 2004, Safe and Sober Grad Night, and my passion is providing teens opportunities, whether it's volunteer or finding them jobs, internships, and so forth. So that's what I do. I love it, and I'm very blessed to be paid for something as great as this.
So you said you originally were hired to just be the point of contact for parks, but that role has tremendously expanded. Can you tell me a little bit about the Youth Advisory Committee?
Yes. Last year around this time, Angelique Ashby, council member / mayor pro tem, had decided to use some of her discretionary funds that each council member is allowed to do. She used it to pay me to do non-parks related youth opportunities, which included teaching the kids about raising money for Safe and Sober Grad Night for Intercom High School, Make-A-Wish Foundation, teaching them a little bit about governance, having them create existing or creating new fundraising ventures for elementary schools, teaching them about the importance of the Veterans Day Parade, that type of thing. They sometimes do tours of City Hall. We invite them to city council meetings and let them sit in, and then they also give us a lot of feedback in what they think and how they think the city should run.
So it's a lot of public relations, community service, and letting the community know that you do care about who they are and what they need.
Right. I've actually, every year we've gotten bigger and bigger. From June 1st of last year to May 31st of this year, we had 170 kids volunteer in our programs. We started out in June of 2012 with 30 kids, and with those 30 we actually won a state award in innovation and volunteerism in the parks. It grew because the kids really liked the accessibility of volunteering in their own community. We created new roles for the kids, was able to create internships, paid internships and unpaid internships. We added new features to our programs, including having someone be our social media coordinator. We are starting a youth newsletter that the kids are solely responsible for. They're in charge of advertising our events. We do a lot of park cleanups. We won a grant last year for called Global Youth Service Day, where we have to engage 600 youth in 1 weekend of volunteerism. And the kids came up with the logo. They did the advertising. They did the outreach to the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, elementary schools, youth sports leagues. They did it all, and they ran the whole event, everything from registration to tool distribution, teaching other youth how to weed and prune, pick up trash safely and properly. And this year we decided when we were going to apply for the grant, we were going to actually allow or ask the kids to apply for the grant themselves. We had an 11-year-old and a 12-year-old decided that they wanted to take the lead on this project. We had different projects we could have done, whether it was engage 600 youth and get the $2,000 grant, or engage 1,000 youth for $3,000. And the kids decided that they were going to go for the $3,000 grant and engage 1,000 youth in 1 weekend of volunteerism, and they won. Last year, my goal was to work with the leagues, the youth leagues, sports leagues, and I tried working at the top with the boards. That didn't work out so well, didn't trickle down to the teams themselves. These girls decided that they wanted to grassroots and get all of the teams individually and get them engaged that way.
So we're here with Elena Quintero, District 1 Porcelain liaison. Everything that you said, there's a lot of stuff that you said, and what I guess my question was is, what is the overriding goal of all those programs and activities that you were doing with the youth?
Well, a few years ago, our schools cut a lot of programs, their resources. Right now, they're trying to bring back ROP-type classes, and kids just have no outlet. In North Thomas, we don't have a community center. We have a library that has now come up and added more hours and days, but still it's not enough for our youth and not an outlet. So I created these programs so that kids have a place to go, feel part of something, but also it gives me a chance to be a teacher without actually having a teaching credential. I brought in people to teach them about financial management, resume writing, interview skills. I teach the kids when they're signing up for events that they need to RSVP for them. They need to check their emails. I teach them and get them prepared for job interviews. We do, if the kids volunteer with us, I give them letters of recommendation, whether for college or for jobs. They have an in with many of the departments of the City of Sacramento for summer hiring, or even summer at City Hall internships. We really try to connect them with and give back to them, knowing that they will receive when they start giving. I was homeless and jobless 5.5 years ago, and every job that I've had since then has been because of my volunteer work.
And that's wonderful. And I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I'm still hearing something. I want to make sure that is true. So I heard you say that you asked some of the youth to apply for the grant themselves. Then you said that you asked, or you had the youth do one or two other things themselves. And I kept hearing that as an overriding theme. And so what I'm trying to see is, if it's true, what is your goal when you do that type of thing? And is that just something that is just accidental, or is it something that you're really working towards?
No, I really want the kids to take ownership of the things that we're doing. My sister works at UC Davis in the Guardian Scholar Program, thank you. And she was telling me that there was over 1,000 kids with 4.0 GPAs that did not get in, and a lot of it is because they don't have anything unique that they've done. And so I try to create these unique opportunities for them, teach them, again, the ownership, give them some skills that hopefully eventually they will become our leaders in our community. And you know, it's grown so much that I had to start a young adult volunteer program because these kids just want to come back, and they say, I don't want to volunteer with high schoolers. I'm like, you just graduated 2 months ago. What are you talking about? So they want to continue volunteering, and it's,
So that's the Alpha Yak program.
that's the Alpha Yak program. Yes, we've got 15
the
strong.
what?
The Alpha Yak program. So the Youth Advisory Committee
Got it.
has
Okay.
an older young person
Okay.
version, which is called the Alpha Yak program. And I want to just take a moment to say that we were talking with Elena Quintero from the District 1 Parks and Parks and Youth Liaison. And I first of all, I echo Aaron's sentiments in that there is an overarching theme. I've known Elena for a long time, so I know what that overarching theme is. But I do want to explicitly state that, Elena, your goal is to build youth leaders and to help them understand all of the components of volunteerism that lead to employment, right?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely, because we're all things employment.
There we
We're
go.
on onetalknetwork.com.
And I was concerned about the yak program. I thought that you guys were actually bringing yaks to the, and I go, well, no, that can't be. But
Yeah, that's not hygienic, but
you,
it
you
is.
said yak.
It's yak with a C, not yak with a K.
I got that now.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you finally caught up. Way to follow that
Okay.
bouncing ball, Aaron.
Okay.
So, Elena, let's talk a little bit more about Global Youth Service Day, because you've taken an important leap, a leap of faith with our youth, and we're excited about the opportunity, but that's a lot of work, 1,000 kids in one weekend. First of all, tell us, what weekend is Global Youth Service Day?
This year is going to be April 18th, and we're really excited. Again, we have to engage 1,000 youth. Our kids decided that they were going to offer mini grants to people who apply to be part of our program for Global Youth Service Day. So it could be a Boy Scouts club, it could be a classroom, it could be a whole sporting organization, and they apply to be part of Global Youth Service Day to get a mini grant. At the end of the event, they're going to document what they how they outreached, what their project was, show pictures, and then our youth are actually going to be selecting the winners of the mini grants.
Fantastic. Now, Elena, you've given us a lot of fantastic information, and I'm sure people are just dying to know how it is they get involved. So tell us about the website and also the contact information to reach you.
Okay, great. Our website is www.angeliqueashby.com/youth. And I try whenever any jobs come up for the youth or young adults, I try to put it on there. We've made some great contacts within city departments as well as outside. Paladin Security has said that they're going to come to us whenever they need to do some hiring. They this year they got the contract over at the River Cats, and they need help, and so that next year they'll be hiring 100 people to do everything from parking lots to in-stadium security. And because of our kids having their experience with, running programs, great behavior, leadership types, they told us that they would definitely love to be part of recruitment for our kids.
So that's... Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear an age limit for Global Youth Service Day.
To be part of our event, it's 5 to 25. So we do a lot of outreach to the elementary schools all the way to the colleges.
Beautiful. And does the website give maybe examples of how youth or groups of youth can participate in this in the Global Youth Service Day?
Yes, we have links to our 3 main volunteer programs. There's the YAC, there's PLAY, Parks Leadership Academy for Youth, and TILT, Teens in Leadership Training. Teens in Leadership Training are for kids who like project management. They create events from beginning to end, whether it's park cleanups or whatever, and they do the marketing. They come up with the flyers, they come up with the social media, and they do the outreach as well.
So the teens are tilting because they're trying to push the yaks into the building. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, exactly. And then they play. And then they play together.
Okay. You see, Marvin, I like her.
Yeah, there's a lot to like. There's a lot to like. And Elena Quintero with District 1 Parks and Youth Liaison. We are really excited to have you here. I've been talking about having you on the show since we started because I know how important volunteerism is. I also think that the programs that you put together are really top-notch, and so I wanted everybody else to know about them too.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So, if you want more information and sure that you're trying to get involved, you can locate Elena on Angelique Ashby's website /youth. You can also email her. What's your email address, Elena?
My email address is equintero@cityofsacramento.org.
That's equintero@cityofsacramento.org. And we'll also put that on the Facebook page for those of you who are Facebook followers. And you can follow up and check us out on YouTube if you just want to scroll ahead to that. You can do so on our YouTube channel, which is allthingsemployment.com. Erin is looking at me crazy because I made the fast forward noise, because sometimes I even do that when I'm looking for something on the show. I fast forward on the YouTube.
Chanel, our co-host who could not be here because she's ill, has always told me that I cannot do the sound effects. How come you can do the sound effects and I can't do the sound effects?
Because you can't do sound effects. My sound effects are actually good.
I can do that sound effect.
No, you can't. Because had you been able to do that sound effect up until now, you would have done it. Instead, we get whack sound effects from you, which is why you were fired from sound effects.
Not fired.
Yes, fired.
I'm practicing.
You fired.
I will make a triumphant return. So
please don't have a coup with the
sound effects are coming.
Absolutely not. What we've got coming up in our final quadrant, stick around. We've got the answers to think about it. We've got some who's hiring, so there's more great information about employment that's available to you in and around the Sacramento area. We also have a tutorial from the illustrious Erin Boyce. And we've got our top 5. So we're excited that you're going to stick around. We really appreciate...
We also have more time.
We do?
We do.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Why you want to just say goodbye so fast?
I don't want to say goodbye. I don't want to say goodbye fast. In fact, I'm excited because since we have more time, I can tell you about the Spotlight On that we have available.
Please do.
Fantastic. There is a wonderful resource available in our community in addition to the food bank and family services, and that is the Sacramento Works Job Centers. And there is a Dress to Impress workshop that happens every first and third Thursday of the month at 7000 Franklin Boulevard, Suite 540. That workshop happens 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. every first and third Thursday of the month. And it's very important to dress appropriately and well for your interview because your first impression is the only impression. So come out to a Dress to Impress workshop at 7000 Franklin, Suite 540 in Sacramento, 95823. And if you have questions about that workshop, you can call 916-563-5151.
And I'm presuming that workshop is sponsored by the One Stops?
It's sponsored by Sacramento Works.
Fantastic, fantastic. So yeah, they do great and fantastic work over there. We've had Lynn Morgan here.
Lynn Morgan was here.
From the Sacramento Employment Training Agency,
Absolutely.
Which is Sacramento Works, which is the One Stops, which is the Career Centers.
Which is all things in one.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Yes, it is. So, yeah, that workshop is something that is very important. We still have not done our fashion show.
I know, and Danielle Marshall said that she would come back and coordinate our fashion show. Hey, Elena, when Danielle comes, do you want to come be part of our fashion show?
Oh, heck yeah.
We have a dress for success fashion show.
That's right.
So we don't have a date yet.
But it's coming.
But it is coming.
And we are going to be, I'm predicting, the only radio fashion show ever in the history of radio. I don't think that there's ever been a fashion show on radio. Have you heard of it before?
No, because normally you can't see anything.
That's right. But because we're on YouTube, we are innovative and we are going to make that happen, Captain.
But at the same time, of course, because those people who are on radio, we're going to have to be as descriptive.
Which is why we had to bring Danielle Marshall back.
Absolutely.
Because I can't leave it up to you to be descriptive about fashion.
Or you.
Excuse me, sir,
Let me
I'm
tell
quite
you,
fashionable.
you know something? I am all that and a bag of chips.
And on that note, what we've got coming up for you in the next half hour here on All Things Employment at OneTalkNetwork.com is the answers to your Think About It, our tutorial in the top 5. We'll see you in 5.